Good morning, Jebusulem, and welcome to yet another sunny day on our own tropical paradise. So sit back, relax, and let those waves roll on in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jebusulem in City Skylines, where we're doing a island challenge here, where we're set on this archipelago. And my rules are no bridges between the islands, everything's got to be handled by boat or air travel, no tunnels at all on any of the islands, and I am allowed one and only one roundabout. Last time we did pretty well setting up our basic little island here on Pebble Island. I don't know quite what's happened to the actual text for Pebble Island. There we go. Which is our low education area. It's got a nice little field farming region which is earning us the vast majority of our money right now. But we do need to expand a little bit, and the way we're going to expand is over to our other island up here. So kicking things off today, that is what we're going to do. Grab a couple new tiles. Initially just going to go for these two. Oh, I've got even more. For now, I'll stick with this. Good to know that I do have more tiles. Kind of got a choice of, I might want to grab this tile here, because this island is going to need a airfield at some point, or I can grab one of the others on this main central island. But for now, I'll start setting up this main central island. Now, first thing we're going to need to do is get a way to get across to this island. Long term, I am going to be wanting to put in airports. I don't believe I've actually unlocked that yet. I do have access to blimps, which I will do at some point. Not initially though. So instead, for now, we are going to kick things off with ferries. For that, we're going to need a ferry depot. Put that slightly out of the way. And then we're going to need proper ferry pier. And check another one over on the other side. I'm going to put a spur off our road here that is going to go around and serve this section. And it's going to have a little one-way access onto the main ferry port. There'll probably be a lot of traffic there. And so we need to connect our ferry lines. Okay, one thing I didn't anticipate was the reef is actually getting in the way of the boats. That makes perfect sense. Just go around the reef. I'm going to allow myself to have an integrated pipe system. So I'm just going to run a pipe across to the other side. For now, I don't want to run a power cable all the way across, but what I'm probably going to do is have these eco turbines dotted across the river to form a power bridge going between the two. Otherwise, on this side, this is Merker Island, named after the very nice community member who put together this map for us. This is the largest island in the archipelago, and it's going to be really the centre of our city. The others are going to be sort of smaller offshoots around the outside, a bit more specialised Merker Islands where the bulk of everything's going to go. Now, if it's going to be the bulk of everything, it's going to need a very decent road network. I think I'm going to base that road network off of having a raised highway as the backbone going around most of this as our main arterial route, with smaller routes coming off of it. So I'm just putting in this highway here really to save the space for future. Well, I'm going to have this kind of a ring road system on this island. It's running a little bit low on the old funds at this point, but mapped out some more basics. I've got a really big road, just again going to be a kind of arterial road crossing the little island peninsula here. And then this is our smaller junction road, which I'm going to put lots of bits and pieces off of. So I have this initial shore here being very more blocky and grid-like, not really going for nice angles. Want to conform with the coast a little, but that'll be a good place. And here I'm going to put down our first high density. Going to try and put in some really nice expensive housing right here on the coast. Of course, it is going to need water. And put in a little bit of commercial just on the edge there. Alright. Let's unpause, see what I've forgotten to put in initially. Forgot this end needs power and water. There we go, getting the first houses in. Can put in a few little fishing piers and ski lodges off on the coast here. And I'm not keeping back the education in this area, so I'm going to put in a high capacity elementary school here. Should get education kick-started. I'll put in a high school when I can afford it. Still a huge demand for residential, so let's increase that. Put in a small police station for now. Can cover this area quite nicely. Let's stop the crime issue that we're having on Merker Island. Popping in a high school as well. Start getting some basic education up and running. Well, the ferries are definitely being well used. Oh, sanitation. Yeah, that would probably help. You can have the inside of this little track being the less glamorous side. That's where the sanitation vehicle is going to go. I'll give them a nice cemetery in there. I just turned on schools out in Pebble Island and it's just caused all of the buildings to have a heart attack. Yeah, that was a disaster. Everybody left. Yeah, it's supposed to just make them prefer going to... they are moving back in now. Supposedly it's just meant to make them prefer working to education, but it seemed to force absolutely everyone out of the area, which, it's not ideal. That was most of the population of the town just gone. Never mind. Oh, but Melody Fields has reached level 4. Gives us access to the clothing factory, farm maintenance building, large barns, and slaughterhouses. Okay, clothing factory would require plastics. Lemonade factory requires metals. Fortunately, we are now tanking money because of the little oopsie. Should eventually stabilise, but for now we're not in a good way. And also not good is there's a fire in a new area that I can't afford to put out. Okay, it burnt itself out. That's not ideal.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm.
And we've got a thunderstorm warning.
Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
Also not good.
Thunderstorm is battering the city.
Okay, Melody Fields is on fire. It's the bakery. We do have ambulances. They're going an odd way around. Oh, because the docks are set on fire, they've prioritised that. Well, that's the dock no longer on fire. The bakery's going to burn down along with all of my industrial centre. Okay, the bakery put itself out at least. Oh no, the fire truck did actually turn up there. Okay. Not too bad, all things considered. Oh, but now we are losing some critical power infrastructure. That should restore the connection. Yep, Melody Fields has power again. Okay, I think we just about survived that. Okay, we can just afford fire protection on Merker Island, so it's getting that. Overall, 5 buildings set on fire, no casualties. And Army Meadows is on fire. Don't actually know how buildings inside of... Oh, I was going to say inside the place can be put out. Apparently they can't without helicopters. Okay. Here, Army Meadows is now level 4. Get the climbing frame. Okay, I'm going to put down the slaughterhouse in Melody Fields. Should massively increase our animal production. Nice, and we are now a small city. Gives us cable cars and monorails, and very nicely train terminals, which we're not going to be able to make much use of. New areas also getting a university. Help boost all of that up. Right. Merker Island's not getting any industrial goods in because there's no industrial sectors near it, so I'm putting in a small little manufacturing area in the centre here, really just to help kickstart the local economy here. It's continuing to expand with high density residential around the waterfront here. And there we go, big city. Some more water uses and crematoriums, which are all nice. Crematoriums in on either side, nice little building. Really helps. Unfortunately, to get the harbours we need 10,000. That's going to be a fairly big one for us. Oh, running into water issues. Built a new large pump there, and putting a new inland water treatment facility here. I need more and more people. The new district's looking very pretty at night. I think I'm going to have to up the maintenance on the ferry line because all of these boats are packed. This is the Pebble to Merker route. Oh, Army Meadows is now top level. Level 5 gets a trampoline park, very nice. Okay, upping the ship and ferry budget. Cost us a fair amount, but we kind of need it. Alright, yeah, and I can just increase the vehicle count as well. Forgot about that. Now I have a constant stream of boats going in and out on that line. That should ease up congestion. I'm going to grab a little bit more land here and over here, really with the view of putting in some airports. I've never played around with this, but put down an airfield there. Oh, just hit Grand City. Get solar power now. Baseball park and more bits and bobs. There we go, just put down first airfield. Gives us all sorts that we can do. Of course needs plumbing and electricity. Alright, and I can whack down a runway. Just going to put in a smallish runway here. Then a little taxiway. Well, spent all of our money, but we now have an airfield. Should probably connect it to the rest of the city for it to actually be used. And this is going to be the Late Bird Airport. Going to be very much an experimental airport. Never played with these before, but there goes our first little plane. There we go, Melody Fields has reached level 5. Gives us large fields and a food factory. Speaking of the food factory, I want to put in a new industrial area on Merker Island. Okay, need to save up a little bit. Should trickle through soon. Actually, no, I can't do this. I was going to put down a metal industry area there. Then I realised that I'm not going to be able to because right now I can't bring goods into the central section. Goods are not being transported across by the ferry. Only people are. And so right now I don't have a way of getting goods to the central island. I can't do cargo aircraft things yet. I need a level 3 airport terminal. There we go, Lakebird Airport is now level 2. Down some more things there. Well, for now what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put in a metal industry area just here on the seafront. So put an ore industry main building there. Not actually going to be mining any ore, but we can import it with some grinding buildings. At least the economy is stabilised now. Going up and down quite a bit just because it's so very, very focused on industry, but still making between about 5 and 15,000 a tick. The airport is very, very busy. Rather fittingly, this will be the lithium steelworks. Yeah, I'm running into real trouble on this little island here because I can't get resources to the actual factories. Did not quite anticipate that. It's getting resources back and forth that's the big problem. Need to get to 10,000 to unlock the ships. We're nearly there, just not quite. That will solve the problem very quickly. In the meantime though, aviation centred channel, so we should probably put down a blimp depot. Let's get some blimps on the go. Who doesn't want to take a blimp to work? There we go, we have blimps. Right now just connecting Melody Fields over to Merker Island. Melody Fields on fire. And while the blimps are popular, I think I'm going to need more blimps. And there we go, we've hit 10,000. That is us at a capital city, which means we can build ships. Cargo harbour is what we desperately need. Okay, gonna build the first port up on the shoreline here and put another one back there. And with that rather ugly but efficient junction there, goods can come in and out on this side. So now Merker Island, once there's water and electricity, should be able to actually get goods.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the
Oh, and to see us out in this episode, we're about to be hit by a thunderstorm. Well, it looks like it's centered over Merker Island this time.
thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
I'm getting some noise pollution problems near here, so I'm just going to replace these with offices. Oh good, the brand new port's already on fire. That's a great start. Fire can make it there, so that's fine. I'll put that out. Oop, lost a major power line. Oh no, not too bad. 4 buildings set on fire, no casualties. The harbour's on fire again. But anyway, there we have our first transport ships arriving. And it is in fact transporting from one cargo harbour to the other, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. Also didn't want this power line to break, but that's beside the point. There we go, all those lovely, lovely goods are now reaching Merker Island. Perfect. So there we go, we now have a functioning transport line between our two halves of our city. Very, very good, very, very nice. And I think as the dawn is rising there on thankfully not a thunderstormy day, I think that's a pretty good place to leave that there. So we've done really quite a lot today, expanded this whole new area onto our other island. Quite like the look of this kind of high density right on the shore. I think closer to this end of the shore, or perhaps on the other side, I'll have a much lower density fancy area, but I think that looks really nice. We've also got the airport up and running, and it's very busy. We've got both boat lines and blimp lines, also very, very busy. And the start of the lithium steelworks, which is all very cool. Next time with this area able to import goods, I'll be able to actually start probably the plastics area there. Then we'll be getting quite a lot being produced. So yeah, really happy with that, really looking forward to next time. If you're enjoying this series, please do let me know. The like, comment all really does help. And otherwise, I hope I catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.